Hey everyone, welcome to Feelings with the Geekiary. I am Erin. I'm here with Tara and special guest, co-host, whatever, Becca. Yeah, we're fans. We have feelings, and this is where we webcast about them. Yay! Welcome. It's April.
Yay!
It's like the end of April, so.
So yeah, friendly reminder, this is also a podcast and you can subscribe to us on iTunes so you don't miss any of our feelings. However, if you're listening to this as a podcast, please remember it's recorded live, so we're not exactly sure what's going to happen. So please forgive us any technical difficulties or apparently we're still calling them accidental swears.
And there will likely be some technical difficulties since Vaughn is not here. She's like the tech guru, and I'm stepping in, which is funny. But you can join in the conversation with us on Twitter using the hashtag #GeekiaryFeelings, like at the bottom of my screen. How will we know we're wrong if you don't tell us? Yep.
Yeah. All right. Important part. We'd like to remind all of you that the views expressed on this webcast are those of the hosts as individuals and do not necessarily represent the Geekiary or the webcast itself as a whole. I guess I'll also quick mention that the Geekiary has a Patreon. You can just look for us on Patreon by searching for the Geekiary. And we're looking for donations to help keep the site updated and running as best it can. And if you donate up to $100, doesn't have to be all from one person. We will host an interactive webcast with the admin, and this will be in addition to our monthly webcast. So it'll be a one-time special interactive webcast where Angel will join us. Some of us, the regular Feelings hosts will join and possibly guest hosts as well. And the entire webcast will be centered around content that you suggest, and we'll use social media to drive the conversation. So again, just look for us on Patreon. That's Patreon as the Geekiary.
Yes, and we will probably drink if it's so requested by you.
Yeah.
Or even if you want us to stay sober, like if that's your request, I guess we could honor that too. I don't know. It's all your show. Tara?
Yeah, well, Yvonne isn't here, so I almost feel bad to talk about hashtag Hairgate on the week where Jon Snow is still dead.
Dead.
Yeah, I can just imagine the arguments that Vaughn would have right now for how dead Jon Snow is and how he's never coming back.
Wait.
But, I mean...
Does she think that he's alive or he's dead?
Vaughn is a staunch supporter of the theory that Jon Snow is actually dead.
Okay.
And I call it a theory because, most people know otherwise. But Vaughn is some sort of conscientious objector to the truth of Rulor. No. We have a pool going from Ice and Fire Con about when Jon Snow is going to come back, and there's a certain section of every episode almost is taken up. So whoever wins, whenever he comes back, if somebody has he comes back the beginning of season 5, and that's when he comes back the first third of episode 5. Sorry, not season 5, episode 5. Then that person will be sent a prize from Ice and Fire Con. So
wait a second, I thought that was just for the episode. Can I change my pool?
Nope.
No.
The pool was finalized before it had to be finalized before the first episode started.
Well, sorry, I didn't know.
I tried to get more people involved, but you were the only one who took it.
Well, that's because I was drunk.
Yeah. So yeah, right now Jon Snow still is dead, but he also still has all of his hair, and I'm pretty sure that he wouldn't have been filming for months in Northern Ireland or I'm sorry, Iceland, wherever they were seeing him for just some dead body scenes in one episode. So
He was also like standing up and swinging his sword around. And the last time I checked, bodies don't normally do that. So, I mean, I guess they could.
They can if they are, like whites or well, I guess whites wouldn't really know how to use swords. They're just kind of like zombies almost, with like the White Walkers, yeah. But yeah, so I mean, what someone pointed out too that uh, Thoros of Myr was only able to resurrect Beric Dondarrion like after he had lost his faith in the Red God, and it seems like Melisandre is at that point because that's the only either the I guess we're just talking about Game of Thrones right now, but either the producers and writers are just really stupid, or they don't care, don't remember that they've had Melisandre take off that necklace before and not turn old. So I'm just gonna go with maybe there's a chance that they're a lot smarter than I think they are, and that her taking the necklace off and also losing, her front, her face of, that we've known for Melisandre is the sign of her losing that faith. So that's still weak, but it's all that I got.
Well, I mean, he's obviously dead right now.
Yeah.
Because Vaughn is arguing with us on Twitter right now.
Oh, is she?
Really?
Yeah, she's like, Jon Snow is dead.
All right, Vaughn.
Which, I mean, yeah, you're right. It's true, but
technically.
How long will he stay dead? I don't know.
I just picked a fight with her on Twitter, so we'll see how this goes.
Oh no. Oh, Jon Snow.
Well, I don't know. Somebody was like talking about the Melisandre thing. Somebody was saying because there's, I think it's is it season 4 episode? Anyway, it's called Mockingbird or something, and it's whenever she's in the bath and Selyse is like talking to her or whatever, and somebody was saying, well, she looks super uncomfortable. Maybe Selyse sees the fact that she's old because she's not wearing the necklace then. But then again, I think it has to do with the faith thing, because somebody pointed out the necklace changed color. I don't know. That's also a Jon Snow eye changed color theory. So I've heard some really great theories, and I've heard I don't
think it would have changed color. Well, I don't know. I guess in the books, the necklace is always like kind of pulsating a little bit with a slight like light from inside.
Like it's dead. Maybe the light is dead.
Yeah, and they didn't. I mean, but in the show, they didn't have it constantly doing that, because that would be. I mean, that would be crazy. That's like an absolutely legitimate change on their part to not have her constantly wearing this like strobe necklace. But
please
like,
do that next year. Oh my God, please.
Strobe.
I'm gonna interject in here if you don't mind and say that I'm 99% sure that was a continuity error because it's this show.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, I completely agree. I mean, I completely agree that that's probably what it was. Like I said, I'm trying to. I guess I'm still trying to hope that they're smarter than I think they are, but I don't really believe that, to be completely honest. Anyway, so we were going to talk about Game of Thrones in our discussion portion, but we're already kind of talking about it. Does anybody else have anything else to say other than Jon Snow nonsense? He's not dead.
Like Game of Thrones wise or news wise?
News wise first, and then we'll jump into Game of Thrones again. We post so much. Actually, you know what? We post so much news on our website now that honestly, like, the biggest news, you can find it under the news section of our website. It's at the very top of the Geekiary.com under like the main header articles. And I mean, the past few days we've had articles about the new Star Wars book that's coming out next week, Bloodline, by Claudia Gray. And I had reviewed the first Star Wars novel she wrote last year. And I don't even remember what I wrote about on Tuesday because I've been writing so much news stuff. But yeah, all of the best news is honestly up on our website on a daily basis, anywhere from like we've had anywhere from 1 to like 5 news articles in a day. So definitely check that out, and subscribe to the website if you want, or to our Twitter or Facebook page, because it pops up there as soon as we post it as an article, so you can keep track of the news and our take on it.
Yeah, speaking of, I guess maybe I do have a news article that I wrote earlier this week that maybe we could talk about.
Okay.
And that was, hopefully you guys read it, or if not, I'll talk about it. It was Disney came out, I think Monday, and they had claimed a bunch of release dates for live-action fairy tale films coming up. And although we don't know exactly which projects are going to be attached to which dates, and we don't even know which projects really they're going to move forward with, there were a lot of really interesting projects that were thrown around. Mm-hmm. And I just wanted to see if you guys had any thoughts about any of those projects. So some of the projects were like the Jungle Book 2, like a sequel to the live-action Jon Favreau film that just came out. There's a project called Cruella that has Emma Stone attached.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, her comedic timing is perfect. But do I think she has the voice for Cruella de Vil? I don't know about that.
Like the singing voice, or?
Well, I don't know, just like the... I don't know. I feel like Aubrey Plaza almost would be a good.
Yes. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen Emma Stone or. You see Audrey. What's her last name again?
Audrey Plaza.
Audrey Plaza. Like, she always plays these deadpan characters, but I don't know if I can really imagine her someone evil. And Emma Stone, I've never seen her in that like sort of role, I don't think. So we'll see. But I didn't think Maleficent did that well, so I'm surprised that they're doing a sequel to that.
No words.
I'm not saying I hated it or anything. I didn't love it, but like I just didn't think it did that well. And the Jungle Book, I haven't really heard much about.
I haven't either.
Isn't it already out?
Mm-hmm. Because didn't they have like? Because I know they have Tarzan coming out, and they have the Jungle Book. Don't they have another Jungle Book movie coming out too?
I believe it's Warner Brothers is doing a live-action Jungle Book, and it's supposed to come out in 2017 sometime, I think.
Okay.
So that's
the book
a lot of Jungle Book.
Well, yeah, because the book and story itself isn't under. It's not like copyrighted anymore. Anybody can do anything they want with it. So.
One of the projects that I thought was interesting was the it's like a sequel, and it's got Emily Blunt and Lin-Manuel Miranda attached to it.
Yeah, and I saw that
guy behind the musical Hamilton.
It's a Mary Poppins thing. Is it a sequel, or?
I heard that it's a sequel.
God, I hope so. Like, that's one of those movies they really don't need to be remaking.
Yeah, I definitely researched that one, and everything I found says sequel as opposed to remake. So we'll see.
Alrighty then.
Anyway.
Any other news before we delve back into Game of Thrones?
Yeah. No.
All right. Well, let's get Game of Thrones out of the way. The Sansa and Brienne scene I liked, and like now that I've said it out loud, both at Ice and Fire Con in a discussion panel, which I did when I said Sansa, they could place her as Jane Poole, but they wouldn't really do that, would they? First Ice and Fire Con, I said that. And I jinxed it. I'm just going to claim that. It's my fault, guys. No, but I already said this at Ice and Fire Con, and then I also mentioned it in a conversation with a friend or two within the past couple days. But as much as I love the scene between Sansa and Brienne, I have a bad feeling that this is them setting Sansa up to be Stoneheart, Lady Stoneheart. Probably not in the undead capacity that, Catelyn was, but Sansa is my baby, and she is a sweet and beautiful and perfect princess, and I just don't want to see her become a horribly written sand snake. Or horribly written Ilaria, even more so, because Ilaria in the books is a complete pacifist after Oberyn dies. She is literally the exact opposite of whatever happened with Dorne. Like, I'm just going to pretend Dorne doesn't exist anymore. So.
Well, it wasn't handled well.
No.
I mean, it's just like and this goes back to me, like, totally losing faith in the writers. They think that, at least in my opinion, as just an observer, and I haven't read the books or anything, so this, again, is just a TV observation, but it feels like the writers are trying to make the Sand Snakes into being, like, really strong women, like, powerful, and they're just making them into, like, caricatures. Like,
yeah.
They're not powerful, they're not strong, they're just like, we gotta fight some people all the time.
Oh my gosh. And the choreography of, like, their fight is like, oh, we're gonna go kill our cousin, let's confront him in a small, like, room and have a whip as a weapon. Like, I get that's her weapon, but what the fuck are you gonna do? There you go, guys. with a whip in an enclosed space.
Well, she could choke him with it.
Yeah, I'm sure she's strong, but he's also been trained, so I don't think he was weak. Oh, and here's a question I had, because I must have missed this on Sunday night. Was the third sand snake, was she always behind Tristan? Because, like, I don't remember seeing her until she stabbed him in the, back or whatever.
Yeah, she was behind him.
Okay. Did he know she was there?
Yes, because they were saying her, me.
Yeah, okay. That's one of the complaints I saw, and I was like, but also we were watching it at Ice and Fire Con, so it was a little, like, the connection was a little herky-jerky anyway, so it could have been something it was like a split second where I missed it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that was, like, one of, if not the weakest season premieres they've ever had.
I agree.
And it just ended with that, like, we've already talked a little bit about Melisandre, but it just ended with that, like, insanely overdrawn out scene of Melisandre being naked and taking off her necklace and being, like, naked and old, and then, like, stumbling to the bed and getting in it, and it's like, did this scene really, like, what did you edit out of this episode to make this so long and unnecessary?
It was a long scene.
Like, I'm not complaining at all about seeing, like, an older naked woman. It's like, it was just the whole thing from start to finish. Her, like, undressing and being naked as Melisandre, because we haven't had enough of that. And then, taking off the necklace very slowly and changing into an old woman, and then standing there looking at herself, and then walking over to the bed, and then getting into the bed, and then they just slowly fade to black, and it's like, that's, like, so many seconds you could have used for something better.
Well, the actress who plays Melisandre is pregnant in real life.
Yeah.
Now, and so it's the last time her body's ever going to be like that. So maybe it's like a nice film tribute to her body.
Listen, I don't mind seeing Melisandre naked, either Melisandre she is or, like, as the old woman. It was. I don't mind seeing her naked at all, and I don't mind that they included it. I expect it now. You know what I mean? And there's plenty of nudity in the books, and I don't think the nudity in itself was gratuitous. I think the length of the whole thing was just unnecessary. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, this is what happens. I try to be
Funny.
funny, and I'm like not funny. So
No, I mean the pregnancy thing, I didn't know that. That's like a plus. And I agree. Like that would be the last time I'm showing off my awesome body before I have a kid too. But no, like I absolutely don't have a problem with seeing people naked. You know, it's just I don't know. Yeah, it was just too long. Too
I
long.
agree. Yeah, it was a weird scene.
I think it was just like they were kind of like, let us show the woman and her melancholy, depression. No, her faith is gone. And we're all just like, all right, we got it. One shot. Let's go. And you could have just given us some more Bran. I don't know. Show him up there in the woods with the tree man. Like, and I know he's not called the tree man before anybody corrects me. I'm looking at you, Tara.
No, I wasn't gonna correct you. I know what you're talking about.
No, but it's like they're supposed to, her. I don't know. I've been doing a lot of thinking about it. Melisandre naked, and no, I don't know. I think it was a lot of it was dumb, but I'm a big fan of Sansa, and I cried like a baby with the whole Brienne because I love Brienne too.
I just don't want Sansa to do certain. I'm not going to say any spoilers. I don't want her to do. No, not just for you.
I know.
I don't want her to do so many of the things that Lady Stoneheart does because that's not hashtag not my Sansa.
I don't know. I feel like that because like I know who Lady Stoneheart is and I know what she does, and I don't know because like from the previews and stuff, she's more of a rallying point and less of a revenge. What is that sound?
Is that Erin?
Oh, sorry, that's my dog. See, he's like scratching on the chair. I don't even notice it. So
I was like,
no, because it was like this weird echoing, like creepy sound. It's like the ghost of Jon Snow is coming back to haunt us for talking smack about Melisandre or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just my dog. He's like scratching the chair, trying to get comfy.
Oh, the only other thing I really wanted to say about this week's Game of Thrones, first of all, Davos, awesome, as always. Like, every scene that Davos is in is, like, perfect and amazing. Like, no complaints about the actor. They've done his character justice. It's one of the few, if one of the only. And, like, on that note, though, one of the conversations he had was part of a set of conversations throughout the episode that were distinctly like sitcom, like back and forth, like they're trying to be funny with these like snappy conversations that do not belong in this show, and like there were like 16 of us watching it, I think, on Sunday night after Ice and FireCon, and oh my gosh. Like, I don't even. Half of us or more made comments either during the episode or after about those like snappy little like sitcom-y conversations that kept getting inserted in the whole thing with like the Call and his Blood Riders and Dany, and that even a little bit that conversation between Davos and Alistair Thorne on the other side of the door, and like some of the the stuff in Dorne, like. It was just, what are they doing?
Mm-mm.
Maybe that was just totally improv because I don't really think that. But I'm going to echo kind of what you were saying about Davos and especially the actor. I think his name is Liam Cunningham.
Yeah.
I feel like he is one of the few actors on the show that actually really gets his character. I think that the others are just kind of coasting. But he understands his character, and I think that's why he's so likable. And I really think that like the actor thinks that Davos is funny and like should be funny, and so like I don't know.
That's the thing. Like I don't think that was like his like the little banter thing. It wasn't his fault at all. Like it was just. That was probably the least obnoxious one of the whole, like the several like sitcom-y, conversations that happened in the episode. Yeah, it definitely was. It was the least awful, but it was still kind of like don't do this to my Davos writers, you know? And he delivered it well, you know? I'm not saying any of them didn't. It's just like none of this has place in this show. Has a place in this show. It's in my, I mean, at least with the way they've been going with the show, geez. But speaking of funny things, let's move on, unless you guys have anything else to say about Game of Thrones.
I love Santa.
Instead of going to what's next on the list, can we skip down to the thing after that?
Yes.
From the terrible shows to like really great shows?
Yeah.
And iZombie, which I think all three of us really love that show. It ended a couple weeks ago, but it was a great season finale.
Oh gosh, yeah. Honestly, like everybody I know, I'm like, I will bring up iZombie, and if they don't watch it, I'm like, you don't understand. You need to watch this.
Yeah.
I know. I tell everyone to watch it, and they're like, zombies, no. And I'm like, no, seriously. It's really, really good.
It's like, but the way they portray zombies is like so different from, you know, like any other, especially current zombie things that are on television. I watched the first 2 episodes of Fear the Walking Dead. But we don't need to talk about that.
Oh yeah, I haven't even watched it, so yeah.
I know like minor parts about it. Like I know that Tom Riddle is in it, and that's about it. No, and Hedda's in it. Ah.
Ugh, poor girl.
I know, right?
But anyway, no, yeah, I agree. iZombie, that was like, I mean, I read your review of it and agreed with like everything you said, and then like the next day they announced like that the ratings had, you know, been like so much better than the previous week, and you know, as good as last year's season finale for the show. So I wrote like a little article about that, and it was like one of the articles I pulled from was I think it was E that wrote an article that was like, you know, this is how zombie season finales should happen. Like they delivered us a damn near perfect episode.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how shows. Yeah, that's just how shows should end a season, not just a zombie show.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it was it had closure of some issues, and then it brought up new issues. It was funny. It was well acted. There was drama. There was comedy. Like
it was sad.
It was everything.
Too. You know, what? It was sad too.
Yeah.
It was like it took you through like every extreme. If you watch all of this show and you truly enjoy it, like once you get to the end of season 2 and watch those 2 episodes that they aired that night, like. It literally takes you through every emotional extreme you can imagine, but in the best ways possible. Like, I was never frustrated. I watched. I don't think I've done this with a single iZombie episode previously. I've not done it. I don't do it with most shows. I watch those episodes 3 times each.
Yeah, they were really good. I only had a problem with one thing, and can we talk about it? It's been a couple weeks. Can we talk about spoilers?
Go ahead. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks. Over 2 weeks.
It was that they killed another one of Liv's boyfriends.
Oh, yeah. That was so sad.
Yeah, and one of the things that I brought up in my review, which I cannot stress enough for the success of iZombie, it's really hard to have a minor character come in and start a relationship with a major character and have it work out. Like, usually there's, fans don't really like that, or they're like, who is this dude? Like, what's going on? But iZombie has done it successfully with Liv twice. Like, we loved both of her boyfriends a lot. Yeah. And so it really, I don't like it that they keep killing them off. Like, can we just have some people stick around, please?
I mean, to be honest, though, like, this doesn't really have anything to do, it's kind of a romance thing. I do not like Liv and Major together. I do not like it. Whenever they were together, I was really bored. And now that they're not together, I think they work better as a team.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah, and so, I mean, and I love Lowell. I adored him. I was very upset when he died. So, but no, I agree. I think that because I cared about Lowell, I cared about Drake, and I care about Liv too, and also I care about Clive, and I'm so upset because Bosio.
That was very sad.
Yeah.
I will say this, like, we talk a lot about them fridging characters in TV shows, and
Yeah.
sadly, that's what they're doing with Liv's boyfriends.
I completely agree.
And
Yeah.
this one was even worse than Lowell because like Lowell had his own agenda and all this other stuff, and he died at Blaine's hand. In this instance, he got captured as a zombie and was tested on and got turned into like a mindless zombie, and Liv is the one who had to kill him. That is like purely to further her own storyline. It was still emotional, and it's like I can't hate it. Like if something similar had happened to characters in like the recent, it's been like a month now, so Denise in Walking Dead. If Tara had been there and had been involved in that somehow, it's like it still would have been fridging, and I would have still been pissed off about it, but it would have been a little bit better than what did happen.
Yeah.
Than her just like dying on the side of the road and Tara still doesn't even know.
And Daryl being all.
And also additionally it being to further Daryl's storyline, and he's just he's only known her since Alexandria, and like it's just maybe basic, like maybe an acquaintance, slight friend, like not like, in love with her.
I mean, it's kind of like because I mean Beth also got fridged for Daryl's man pain, and I will go to the grave with that.
But I guess honestly, that's kind of like that's a debate to have. Like we get real pissed off when it's female characters who are fridged, but in this case, it was very clearly the fridging of a male character.
Yeah.
And I hated it. I did. I hated it.
I liked the way it had to go down, but I hated that it happened. Does that make sense?
No, I guess that's exactly what I mean. I mean, it was very in character for Drake to volunteer to to try out the vaccine or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. And so, yeah, I agree with you. I didn't like that he had to die. I think it was well done, but I didn't like it.
Yeah. Agreed. But still, amazing season finale.
Yes.
Like
I was
one of the best ones I've ever seen in any TV show.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Definitely. And they actually, and after watching the Walking Dead finale, and I just just circus, and then coming into, I feel like this is how TV finales, this is how season finales should go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and also, sorry, the Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo in iZombie, that was amazing.
Yes.
I would really love to know if they just assumed that Walking Dead would do it and filmed it that way, or if they went back and added it. That's what I want to know.
I don't know.
I bet you they went back and added it.
Because they said that whole thing about we won't let you down unlike some other zombie shows, and I was like, oh. I don't know. I'm saying dumb things.
They tweeted about it and then they took it down.
Yeah, they did, but luckily I got a screen cap. I mean, what? No, I didn't.
Anyway.
Okay, well, so long story short, we love iZombie. Watch it if you don't. It's amazing. It's seriously, like Orphan Black used to be my favorite show on TV, but I really do think that iZombie has taken its place. It is my favorite show on TV. And I watch a lot of TV. All right.
You do. I don't.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go back to what we were going to talk about on a lighter note. Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt season 2 came out.
And it was so good. Like it started kind of slow, but oh gosh, like in the end, maybe not as good as season 1, but it was still really, really good, which is a good sign. Let me use the word good one more time, yeah.
Yeah, I was on vacation last week and I watched most of the season before I left. And then I had like 3 episodes left and I got those done a couple days ago. And it was good.
The last one is, I'm not sure, we should probably be careful with spoilers on this since it's like a Netflix show and it's only been out for what, like not even 2 weeks?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, the last episode is really great for a lot of reasons, but I love where they go in the episode,
So what do you think about the, okay, this is probably a little bit of a spoiler, but since it lasts the entire season, I think we're okay to talk about it. And that is the relationship between Titus and Mikey. Titus has a boyfriend.
I know.
I liked it. Like, there were times when I was up and down about it, but, like, honestly, that's just because Titus is Titus.
Yeah.
But at the end, man, like, especially the situation that they face in the end, that's, like, so similar to things that I've dealt with in past relationships, and seeing it on screen played the way a situation like that should be, like, should happen, was like both heartbreaking and like eye-opening, like, wow, this is how relationships should work if they're right. Like, the whole season, like I said, it starts out a little slow, but in the end it all comes together so well. Like, so well.
I agree. I really like Mikey. I think he's an interesting character to enter into the mix of weird characters.
Yeah.
And like, he's just, and I do think that they could have gone in a different direction with him and made him a little bit more quirky. But I like the fact that he's more normal, and I think that he works well with the kind of over dramatic Titus. So I liked it.
I think maybe he's the only person who can put up with the over-dramatic Titus.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, they could have easily gone in a different direction, but I like that they kept him, like, grounded, and he's such a nice guy, too. So
I know. Just generally, we're on a show with so many kind of awful people.
Yeah.
Also, Lorraine, right?
Who?
What's her name?
Lillian?
Well, Lillian, I'm sorry. I said Lorraine like last night and nobody corrected me, and then I was like, wait a minute. Maybe that's not right. Lillian, I'm sorry. Lillian
You got it.
really, really shone this season.
Oh,
I adore her and her spaghetti hair.
Oh my God, her hair is amazing.
Yes.
I know. I could make my hair look like that and then not wash it for like 5 days. Just did that this past week. What else?
She definitely looked good, and she had like the winged liner. I moonlight as a makeup artist, so I noticed those things, and she had some really great eye makeup. So
just generally, like, she really got a lot more everything this season.
Yeah.
They did a spot on job with her. She was great. Oh, and like one of the one thing I was like sad about was my one favorite new character who like was only in a few episodes and then not. I'm hoping she comes back next season. Let's just say she's a rival for Jackie, and she was amazing.
Oh, I especially love the whole thing where they're like, if we don't have a nemesis, we don't have anything.
Yeah.
And they were like outdoing each other, and she just like rage quits, and just Vander, whatever her name is, Anna Camp. All I know is her is Anna Camp. And she was amazing, and because I know women like her, and I don't know. I love their whole, what's her name again? Jackie with her invisible chairs and that one rug that she has. And I don't know, I just love the whole gala thing and and Dong.
Yeah, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give out too many
I
spoilers for
know,
people
but
who haven't been able to finish the season.
he's a precious cinnamon roll. He's like,
He is
Also,
precious. I still think that they have like no chemistry though.
yeah,
Sorry.
I agree. I agree.
yeah.
There was that one guy for like a minute. I don't know. Anyway, it's like I'm still like we're within 2 weeks into Netflix show,
Yeah.
so I'm still worried about spoilers. So we may need to move on. But before we do, I know some asshole's gonna realize that I've got a whole bunch of shit in the background of this picture. Uh,
Sorry.
I changed locations and didn't realize. I haven't unpacked from Ice and Fire Con. So I got home Monday night, and most of this is bags and boxes from the convention I run. So that doesn't count. And that is Becca's fault, the towel. And
Girl.
the robe is a Hufflepuff bathrobe, so it can be wherever it wants. So that's why it's messy in here. Most of this is junk from Ice and FireCon. I haven't had time to unpack because I had to come home and work real jobs too. Anyway, since we don't want to spoil Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt too much, the only other thing we're really going to talk about, and this is kind of sadly going back to like a suckage thing, is that the 100 has kind of been really bleh lately. I don't know if do you watch that, Erin? I can't remember.
I do watch it, but I have not watched season 3 yet. But
Okay.
I mean, I know, obviously, I know what happens.
Well, you know, Lexa is
So-
gone. I mean, and
yeah.
honestly, like since she died, all the episodes have kind
Just
of been
gone
like
to shit.
average at best.
Mhm.
And it's not like just Lexa dying. It's just like it's like
Lincoln?
they're just well, yeah, but it's also like they're just throwing shit at the walls to see what sticks.
Yeah.
And I don't like. It's been a week since the last episode came out, and the fact that the bad guy, a one-off bad guy, and like not really one-off because he's been a bad guy before, but they randomly brought Emerson back to like harass Clark and company, and it's like, I know that Clark let him live. If he was going to be brought back, did it really have to be in the same season, and did it really have to be like we need a bad guy for this episode, y'all. Like we can't just have them like wandering around succeeding at stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
So let's throw in Emerson.
Well, that's to me, and again, I'm not caught up on the story, but to me, that just sounds like lazy writing that's uninspired. And like they don't know what to do with the storyline, so they're just like, let's bring drama.
I think the thing is they know what to do with the storyline. They've just got too many episodes that they have to fill to get there.
Yeah,
I really think that's the issue. Like I don't even know how many episodes are supposed to be in this season, but it's too many already. So they could have cut out so much stuff and we could be like done with it by now. Maybe not, but certainly definitely closer to the end. I don't know. That's really all I have to say about the 100.
I have so much to say about it, but
we just have to be careful with spoilers, you know.
No, I know. I don't. I'm really. No, I just have a lot of feelings. Okay.
About Trash Murphy.
No, not even about. Well, yes, about Trash Murphy, but he is a king. I will have you know, he is a trash king. Okay, but no, just like the whole City of Light crap, and you know, the whole Antari coming in, and I don't know. The last episode was lame. I was very bored. The past few episodes have been lame, and I have been bored, except for a couple of the shock value things. Like I'm talking about Raven and Lexa and Lincoln and, you know, even Sinclair and just all of us, and the whole alley thing and the head and the short circuit. You know, and it's speaking of garbage, it's coming on tonight at 9, and you know, I know where I'll be on the trash throne, waiting for Murphy.
I'm supposed to review it tonight. Do you want to?
Me?
Yeah.
I have to write that news piece.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah.
I thought I could throw that off on someone.
Nope.
Damn.
I know.
Well, I forgot to put this on the list, but can we move on from the 100? Or are we still talking about that?
No, we can move on. It's on tonight. Watch whatever happens, because I can't say it's gonna be good, and I don't want to say it's gonna be bad, but it's more likely on that side of the spectrum. We'll see.
I don't know. They're gonna have baby delinquents. So we'll see.
Good. So
Yeah.
now they're utilizing flashbacks, which, by the way, are like one of the worst things writers can utilize. Okay. Like, they should avoid them at all costs. So just saying, Erin, what's going on?
No, this kind of sounds like Lost.
Exactly.
Which I guess I was just going to say, I feel like the 100 should have probably, instead of like a full-time series, probably should have just been a mini-series with multiple seasons, like an anthology.
Right.
And I feel like that's how Lost should have been too.
Instead of 10 seasons of what the hell is this? And then we find out at the end, and we're all just like I was watching it, and I looked at my mom, and I was like, are they serious? Is this it? It was very disappointing.
All right, well, the 100, blah, whatever. So Orphan Black came back not last week, 2 weeks ago already. And I don't know if you guys watch it, but I watch it. I love it. It used to be my favorite show, but now iZombie is. And so I missed reviewing last week's episode because I was on vacation. So tonight, when I review tonight's episode, it's going to be a double review. But it's taken a weird turn this season. So since you all don't watch it, I won't talk about it. But it's interesting. It's very strange this season.
I wish I had something to say. I've heard nothing but good things about Orphan Black, including, I was waiting for an interview that ended up being canceled at Dragon Con with another reporter, and she was cosplaying from Orphan Black and talking it up like hardcore. You guys know me. I will eventually watch things. It's just usually 2 years after everybody else does, if not more. So...
Well, it's really good.
I've heard nothing but good things. But what were you saying about how you feel about this season so far?
It's taken a turn. It's taken a weird turn. Okay. It's a very complex show with a lot of it's hard to explain, but it is very complex, and kind of what has happened so far in this season, and again, tonight's only the 3rd episode, but it feels like it's completely disjointed from last season, and so it's just kind of weird. And I don't know how I feel about it yet. But if you want to see the most amazing acting performance of anyone ever, then you should definitely watch Orphan Black.
Yeah, I've heard.
Tatiana Maslany, yes.
I've heard over and over again that's like, why hasn't she won every Emmy?
She is the most incredible actor on TV. I mean, and maybe even not on TV, maybe just in general. She's a powerhouse.
Is Orphan Black, is that the one with the clones?
Yes.
Okay, I've been told to watch it 10,500 times, so I will probably be watching it shortly as well. Tara, you want to watch it with me?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
And I had the chance, I'm bringing up old news or whatever, but I had the chance last year at C2E2 in Chicago. I interviewed basically the entire cast and one of the creators.
Oh, cool.
In a round table. So that was one of the coolest events of my entire life. So it's a good show. It's amazing.
Well, it's 10 minutes till, and we've got several upcoming events to talk about.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, First, we'll start with the next major event is MegaCon over Memorial Day weekend in Orlando. Both Becca and I will be there. We are going to be, well, I'm going to be there as a professional. Not really sure what she technically is, but she will be there helping me with my booth.
Your assistant, your crony.
Yeah, so I'm going to have a booth that's going to feature the Geekiary. I'm going to have my novel for sale. I'm going to have a bunch of giveaways. So I'm really excited about that. I'm still trying to work out the logistics of the giveaways, but I have a bunch of stuff that I think will be really fun, to give away there. And there's also, like, I'm actually on the MegaCon website as a guest right now, and I know I will be hosting at least, or moderating at least one panel or Q&A, and there's probably going to be more than one. So I'm pretty excited. I wish I knew what they were, but I won't find out until the middle of May sometime.
Lena!
Yeah. To be honest, like, I'm going to be pushing for us to move this webcast up a week next month so that I can actually be part of it, because by then I may know more, and also we'll be further into Game of Thrones and stuff, because otherwise I'm going to miss it, because last Thursday of the month I will be working my booth at MegaCon. But yeah, so that'll be exciting. And after MegaCon,
well, that is very exciting. Congratulations, by the way. And I think we can make some arrangements with the webcast. Obviously, yes.
Yeah.
For sure. All right. Coming up after MegaCon, of course, in like 84 days or something, is San Diego Comic-Con. Yay! July 21st through 24th. I will be there along with our admin Angel and fellow editor Jamie. The three of us will be attending as press. We finally got our press badges this week, which is always nerve-wracking to not have them yet, but they have been obtained, and we're all good to go. So hopefully this is coming up in the next several weeks is prime time for events and guests and stuff to be announced for San Diego Comic-Con. So hopefully by next webcast we'll have some cool stuff to say about that.
Yeah, both about that and MegaCon, and like the next big con after that is Dragon Con, and we won't get into that a lot here, but they've announced several. There's going to be a bunch of people from the 100 at Dragon Con.
Wait, really? Who's coming?
Miller.
Richard?
Miller. I don't know. There's been like 3 people announced. I'd have to. I don't remember exactly who, but Jack Gleason, who played Joffrey in Game of Thrones, is going to be there. And
Jason Isaacs.
Yeah, Jason Isaacs. So Lucius Malfoy. So yeah, they're slowly but surely announcing more awesome guests for Dragon Con too. So we'll keep an eye on that. And then like in the next few weeks, also like moving up the webcast will help have us be able to have like a faster talk about Captain America Civil War, which comes out April 28th for Vaughn, which is today or I guess yesterday. She may have seen it at midnight.
Yep, she has already seen it.
Yeah,
now we know the real reason that she's not here tonight with us.
And it comes out May 6th here. And also, just to, even though Vaughn isn't here, she had mentioned that she discovered a local con in her home city in Australia that's happening on May 7th. It's Central Coast Comic-Con, again, in Australia. It's very tiny. It's no guests, really just tables and comics, but she's going to be there. And honestly, we have a similar convention here. It started out as a tiny con with just tables and comics and gaming and stuff, and has grown like exponentially the past couple of years. So those little things can be really awesome, because you usually can do things like meet local authors and stuff like that. So Vaughn will be at Central Coast Comic-Con on May 7th. And that's again in Australia, so don't be Googling it thinking it's in the US.
I forgot to put this down. I also have a con in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, you're going to Wizard World Kansas City. Is that the next one?
I'm going to Wizard World Des Moines in 2 weeks. Yes. I got to get my photo op with Chloe Bennett. because
Yay!
he's my crush. So yeah, it's actually, we've got some pretty good guests coming. So a bunch of cast members from Once Upon a Time, and of course Chloe Bennett and her in real life, her IRL boyfriend Austin Nichols is going to be here too. So it'll be cool.
A cat is sticky bear.
It's okay. You have a cat. I've got another human over here.
I've got a cat in my lap and a cat right there.
Oh, and another WishCon. Yep, it's still happening. November 18th through 20th in Columbus, Ohio. I will be there.
Yay! Yeah, I don't know. It depends on where I am, what I'm doing at that time. We'll see. It's on my radar because like it's Columbus and I have friends there. So
I already have a hotel booked. So
thank you, Lauren. My friend Lauren is here, y'all, and she's holding She's holding the laptop for me because my thing.
Who's there?
Lauren is here. She's coming to watch the 100. Tara says hey.
Hi.
She says hey.
Lauren will also be at MegaCon.
Yes, Lauren will also be at MegaCon, and she is super cool and super tall. So if you see us all running around together, say hey.
Too bad I was in Orlando last week and not in like 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Anyway, I guess April recommendations. Becca, do you have any recommendations for April or May coming up?
I mean, I can't really think of anything that's coming up. I know Penny Dreadful is on its way. I've been watching it little by little. I know that I really can't say anything. I think Red Rising, if you guys like Hunger Games, check out Red Rising. It's a young adult book. I believe that they just bought the rights for filming.
Oh, yeah, I have that book.
Yeah. So I feel like Hunger Games, you like that. But I think that's it because we are 3 minutes in. So I am.
You can bow out. We'll close
all right.
it.
Okay. Well, guys, it was great to see y'all. So I will see you later.
Yeah.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, Becca. She has to go watch the 100. I don't have cable, so I will be watching it later and reviewing it tomorrow probably. Anyway, my April recommendation is for May. It's Steven Universe because Steven Universe has new episodes starting on May 12th. They're having a double episode feature on May 12th, and then there'll be an episode every week after that. Now, they said it's 4 weeks long. I don't know if that means it's actually 5 weeks, or because it was a little bit unclear whether it was like a 4-week special event that starts with a double episode on the 12th, or whether it's like a double episode on the 12th followed by a 4-week special event. It was a little unclear. The trailer for it is super spoily, which I was kind of upset about. But oh my God, you guys, if you have not watched Steven Universe, it's on Cartoon Network. The episodes are 11 minutes long. It is the best thing. It will make you laugh. It will make you cry. It will change your life. I'm not even kidding you. I love it so much. So that's my recommendation. I know I've recommended Steven Universe before, but now I'm like really gonna push it. Because we have a lot of great new Steven Universe content on our website, including a Steven Universe master post now, and quizzes, so you can find out which crystal gem you are and which human you are from their city and everything.
Yes.
Steven Universe, man, I literally clearly can't recommend it enough.
Excellent. Yes, I watched 1 episode and I was like, this is weird. But I'll probably watch more.
To be fair, you have to get through the first 5 episodes.
Okay.
And then, like, if you can get through the first, and they're not like horrible or anything, it's like you get through the first 5, and it's after that there begins to be that like real like character and world building, and this show does so many things so well. Like, there's beautiful animation in it, like not all the time, but there is some beautiful animation in it. The songs are so fun. It's just the characters are great, and they all grow and change and get fleshed out throughout the series. It's just, Rebecca Sugar is a goddess. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Steven Universe. Watch it. I will
And,
join you all in watching it too.
Your recommendation?
My recommendation is, well, Becca mentioned it too, Penny Dreadful. It starts again on May 1st, which is Saturday, season 3. I will be reviewing it for the Geekiary, so you can watch my reviews. And I'm very excited because, well, first of all, Penny Dreadful is awesome and scary and cool, and it has Eva Green in it, which means it's the best show ever. And yeah, so
Oh yeah,
we'll see what happens.
I watched the first season of Penny Dreadful and really enjoyed it, and I thought the acting was like impeccable from everybody. To be honest, like even Josh Hartnett, who I was like, what? But like I started watching the second season and it got to be a little too much for me at the beginning. I'm just not a horror person, and I think that's why. So I kind of like Outlander is one of those shows I was like, this is a really great show and I totally understand why other people love them so much. It's just not my thing.
Yeah, Penny Dreadful is definitely genre. If you don't like horror and if you don't like history, then you will not like it. So but I actually liked season 2 way better than season 1. I thought season 1 was a little bit of them trying too hard. So I really loved season 2. And hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully season 3 will be really good too. So,
Yeah.
So watch it. May 1st, Saturday, season 3. If Vaughn was here, she would tell you to go watch Captain America Civil War.
Yes. Did she tweet that at us, or are we just filling it in for her?
No, I'm filling it in for her.
She probably would, though.
She has seen it, and I did read that she had lots of Bucky feelings, which, I mean, that's pretty normal for her. So,
yeah.
But that's her recommendation by proxy.
Do we want to do a question?
I'm really bad at questions. Vaughn is good at the questions. I am really bad at questions. So I kind of already asked a question earlier about the Disney thing. So
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not good at the questions either. I had a good one time. I think it was like, what supervillains do you? Yeah, it was last month. Like, what or not supervillains? What heroes would you like to see fight each other? And I said Daredevil and Spider-Man. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not good at the question thing.
No, I'm not either. I'm not good. No.
If you could have a stamp, this isn't even geeky, but it's because I have one sitting in front of me, so I already know what my answer is. If you could have like one of those self-inking stamps that stamp something on things when you're like feeling particularly strongly about them, what would it say?
What would it say?
Yeah.
Ugh.
I mean, I already have an answer, so I can go first. Mine would be this stamp. Can you see it?
No. What is it?
Hold on. Let me.
What? I can't see.
It says, "What the fuck?"
Oh.
It's
yeah.
it's literally a WTF. Let me see. Sorry, my light is like very strong. WTF self-inking stamp.
Oh, I see it now.
It also gives you options of checking an exclamation point, a question mark, or an exclamation point question mark.
Oh,
That's
well,
what my special self-inking stamp says.
I love exclamation points. But if I had a stamp, and really this probably wouldn't work as a stamp, but I use it a lot as an emoji, and also just by looking at me, I roll my eyes a lot.
Yes, you do.
So it would be like an eye rolling thing.
Yeah, I see it.
So, yeah. I don't even know I do it anymore. People tell me. I'm like, okay, sorry.
I agree about the eye roll thing, though. It would be, you just carry it around with you, and like it would be perfect because like when you read something, you can literally react how your face would react if you were talking to a person about that thing.
I have a pretty expressive face, So
I kind of like I can control mine really well. I don't know if that's a bad thing or not. So like I can have an expressive face, but a lot of times when I'm like a lot of times I control it more, hence the WTF stamp.
got it. Yes.
But anyway, we're at 9:06 and Becca's left us, so I think we can conclude.
Yes, it is time. It is time to go. All right. Any last thoughts? Otherwise, I will close this thing down.
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, I'm Erin. I'm here with Tara. Thank you, Becca, for joining us. And thank you all for watching and joining Feelings with the Geekiary. Remember, we are a free webcast run off of donations from viewers like you. Thank you for contributing and helping our host site, the Geekiary. Hopefully, we'll see you in just a few weeks, and we'll get this webcast up before MegaCon.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.